What is going on, everybody? Today we're going back in time to build a new version of a drawstring pouch, which is a video that I released a couple years ago and was the first video that I did that had a pattern attached to it. Now, you can pick up that pattern and artwork for all my projects on my website. Check the link in the description down below. And on the month that they are released, you can pick them up on my Patreon. Also link in the description down below. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys that I've been designing some shirts with my artwork on them. So if you own shirts, like shirts, want to wear shirts, I've got some shirts for you. There's an example of one here and another example of one here. There's a bunch of other designs, unisex, men's, women's, so go check it out. So let's get started on this video. This video is sponsored by Lonsdale Leather. Be sure to check out their brand new website in the description down below. It might be the best leather supply website I've seen. Have a look for all sorts of tools, supplies, and of course leather. And hey, tell them I sent you that way. We're cutting out our pattern with a little bit of extra space because it's easier to tape down. We're going to tape this to our leather because this is a one-off pattern. And then we're going to punch all our holes and cut it out. I'm using 3 different hole punch sizes for this pattern. There's 1/16 for all the small stitching holes, 1/8 for the rivet holes, and 13/64 for the drawstring. Remember, even if your blade is brand new, strop it before you cut, it will be even sharper. So I'm never going to tape down and cut little strap pieces and keepers. So just measure them out, cut them, and punch all your holes. There's a lot of leather carving tools out there, but Celtic and Viking knotwork really doesn't take that many of them. I use a very minimal amount of tools, and you can find them in the description down below.
I almost never use bright colors. Green, like, are you kidding me? But this is the first time I'm cracking open some of this Lonsdale Leather dye. It goes on pretty light but nice and even, and you can darken it up with a little oil in your finish. I think it turned out really nice. I gotta play with some of their other colors, if I dare. I don't want to start making people think that I use colorful pigments on my work. I've got this whole muddy antique brown thing to uphold. If you're putting any kind of softener or oil on your project and you plan on putting a resist or finish on it, make sure you let it sit for a while so it all soaks into your leather. You don't want to try putting your resist on top of something that's still got some residual residue, especially if you've got your deep cuts from leather carving. If there's some oil sitting in there and you spray something on it or put some kind of stain on there, it's going to really not turn out how you want it to turn out. Burnishing your edges is key to taking your projects to the next level. Don't skip this step. Too many people do. Throw some tokonole on there or some beeswax and burnish them up with your burnisher of choice. Since I dyed the back of this strip and I'm wary of it bleeding a little bit onto the green, I put some tokonole on the back to cover it. Anything like that that's got a little bit of, it's a little thicker than say a finish like I'm spraying now, it'll set better on the back and give you more protection in the long run. So we've put our finish on here, well, our resist onto our project, and then we're just rubbing some antique stain in there to make the leather carving pop a bit more. A lot of the time I'll paint around everything and then resist it and then stain it, but this time I was planning on painting the knotwork anyways, so I decided just to dye the whole thing, hit it with the resist, throw in our antique stain, and then paint it with some gold here like I'm doing now. I've started incorporating this brand new McEwen handcraft leather balm from Lonsdale Leather into my projects. You've just got to make sure that whatever you're putting it on doesn't have a finish on it, because otherwise you're just rubbing balm onto a finish. So the gusset here was a perfect thing to soften up a little more with the leather balm. It doesn't have a finish. It'll protect and condition the leather and keep it really nice for a long time.
Well, that turned out even better than I had hoped. Another great pouch for you guys to add to your repertoire, so check out the links in the description down below for my website where you can pick up all sorts of patterns and artwork. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for future videos, hit that notification button so you don't miss any of my content, and until next time, keep on being creative in whatever it is you do.